There have been lots of Americans over here recently making films about swinging London. We'd like to show you a prize-winning documentary that was made for Idaho television.
ITV presents the Pipesucker Report. And tonight, Harm's guests are the entire population of London, England. Our program's brought to you by the makers of Old Mice, the soap the stars use.
This is London, Hiram J. Pipesucker reporting. I think it was Jonathan Miller who said, "England swings like a pendulum do." Well, one of the young Londoners who's making this city swing like the veritable clappers, as they say here in Cockney land, is young destructive artist Lionel Blow. Now, Lionel, what made you become a destructive artist?
Well, Eamon, as you know, there is this terrible streak of violence in all us human beings. Violence that, if allowed to fester, could escalate into wars and other catastrophes. So I think it is terribly important, and I'm speaking obviously personally, that one should get this violence out of the system, this poison out of the system, and I do this in my art, of course.
You channel your latent, your inherent violence into your art. Now, how is this done?
Well, some destructive artists use pianos and shop windows to bash up, but I honestly think, Eamon, that people are much more important than objects.
So you channel your destructive creativity onto people?
Yes, I beat them, I hit them, I jump on them, that sort of thing.
Oh, very exciting. Now, this is, of course, a far cry from Leonardo da Vinci or Van Meer. I wonder if we could see your work in action. Could we see an example of your destructive art?
I'd be delighted, yes. Would you come this way?
Where shall we go?
Yes, just here.
Right, thank you.
Right here.
Now, which way should I look? But apart from being the artistic capital of Europe, London is also the home of the miniskirt, the microskirt, and all the tiny skirts which make this city one of the most exciting ones in the world for the visitor to lie down in. Come with me to ancient Carnaby Street.
The Reverend Gavin Thistle is the vicar of St. Carnaby in all trends. He is vitally interested in I asked him where the modern church stood on miniskirts.
Well, I think this whole sort of fashion thing is tremendously exciting because I love to see young people in lovely clothes doing lovely things, and I think the church has a role to play. But I must add, rather serious warning. I think when people wear these miniskirts and microskirts, it's not just that they want to wear a short skirt. I think it's because people are looking for something. They're looking for something beyond the skirt, and for something higher and something more lasting. And I think this is where we in the church have to come in.
Penny Ryder is 19 years of age. She came to London from Swadlingcote 6 months ago. Already she is establishing herself in the modeling and film world. She loves water skiing and avocado pears. She has seen in the films 20 Million Years in the Slime and Rocket to the Milky Way. What is the quality that makes Penny so much in demand by film producers and photographers alike? Is it her innocence, her fresh, freckled charm, or perhaps the gay twinkle in her knees?
I don't know, but I certainly get the impression that this young English dolly is going places.
Simon Acrington is one of the new breed of pop managers. Young, adventurous, horrible. He is a 20th century buccaneer who lives dangerously and is not afraid to take risks.
Hey, man, do that safety belt up, would you, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize the belt wasn't strapped. I'm surprised, actually, Simon, that a young, kooky, zany guy like you is interested in safety in the car.
Well, man, you go along here and you might collide with something and you go hurtling through that windscreen. That windscreen's worth £200, you know, man. Hand-blown glass.
I had no idea. Is this traditional Worcestershire hand-blown glass?
Right.
You take a lot of pills, Simon. What's the reason
Well, I'm
for
fit
this?
and told. Dig?
Pigeon-toed.
Yeah.
Oh, I certainly dig. Yeah. Simon, what I'd like to know is what excites you? What do you...
Sound, man. Sound is my life. You know, it's been the most important thing in my life from the first I can remember. The first thing I can remember is this... that scream, and I thought at the time, man, you know, it's fantastic sound.
Yeah, in fact, I believe you've used this sound of the hand on the bottom and the scream in your new disc with the group. Who are they? The Mothers?
The Mothers, yeah.
The Mothers.
Baby Don't Cry, the disc goes...
Baby Don't Cry.
And they go into
You incorporate all these sounds.
Yeah.
I believe also that you and the Mothers have recently spent time in the Far East picking up new excitements and sounds.
Yeah, we went to Lhasa. We spent a...
Lhasa, which is the capital of Tibet.
We spent fantastic 7 months there, you know, with the gurus.
Guru who?
Guru who, man? You're way out, baby. No, we spent this time with a musician, Ravioli, and...
I know Ravi.
You know him?
Work, yes.
And they've got some fantastic banjo players there, man, I'm telling you.
And you're using these new Eastern sounds on your new waxing with the Mothers.
Yeah. The disc is entitled The LS Bumblebee. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
There is a little insect not many people see. He's known to all the insects as the endless bumblebee. So when you hear him coming, just throw away your tea. That psychotic humming will mean you'll soon be free.
Oh, druggy. Freak out, baby. The bee is coming.
I can hear the hum of the lovely LS bumblebee. Now it's time to fly out of your mind and into the sky with me. I fly to the land where my hand can see, where my eyes can walk and the mountains grow to me. The land where my hand can see, where my eyes can walk and the mountains grow.
I hear with my knees, run with my nose, smell with my feet, my heart is a rose.
Bam, 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 the bamble, bam, 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 the bamble.
This week's Bumper Bumble is for Al Herbert and his marijuana brass and their hit waxing Spanish bee.
I can hear the hum of the lovely bumblebee. Take a little sip from the tasty lips of the endless bumblebee.
With my knees, run with my nose, smell with my feet, my heart is a rose.
Oh, that's better.
This is London's most fashionable lavatory spot. Here, film stars rub shoulders with royalty in an atmosphere of cosmopolitan sophistication.
Good evening.
Excuse me, sir. Are you a member?
I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm from American television. I'm doing an interview downstairs.
I'm sorry, sir. You must be a member to go in here.
Would it help if I told you that I was the Duke and Duchess of Windsor?
Oh, sorry, sir. I didn't recognize you, madam. Well, actually, sir, there is a £5 waiting list.
I understand. This one of the blue ones,
Right.
isn't it? Thank you very much indeed. I love your Oxford accent.
Lovely. Follow your nose, sir.
Thank you.
And madam.
Good afternoon. I'm Hiram Pipesucker. I'm from Idaho Television.
Oh, welcome to the Ad Labs Club, sir.
Thank you very much. You must be Mr. Druff.
That's right, call me Dan.
Thank you very much. Dan, that was beautiful music I heard on my way down there.
A bit of Handel.
Really? Very appropriate indeed.
Oh, thank
Now, Dan, of the Ad Lab Club, tell me, what gave you the kooky idea of starting a sophisticated lavatory spot for real lovers of the lab?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that, Hiram, because about 4 years ago I spent a very boring 5 minutes in a government-sponsored public convenience. And I thought to myself, looking around, I thought, this is tatty. This is absolutely ghastly. You know, and I thought, as I looked round, I thought the writing's on the wall for the old lab, the old style of lab, and I thought we need a more razzmatazz approach, you know, a razzmatazz, if you like. And so I bought up these premises and I did them up elegantly, and first night I had 10,000 members hopping in the street screaming to get in.
Achievement, Dan. Who are your regular members, in fact?
Well, of course, not to mention any names, the Rolling Stones, Lord Snowden and Alf Ramsey pop in for a quick one now and again.
What do you think is the attraction of your particular spot? What makes it so attractive to these fashionable people?
Well, Hiram, I think when people go out to the lab, they want something special. Something they wouldn't get at home, you know. I mean, for instance, I think the decor is very important.
It's beautifully done here. It's certainly very lavish, the decor, these curtains, which very beautiful.
I think it's worth the trouble, you see, and a person can have a certain amount of privacy. And, of course, the atmosphere is something special down here. And last but not least, of course, on top of it all, there's myself, the genial host.
I think a host is very important in a place of this nature, and I believe that you, in fact, vary your lavatory music to suit the member as he comes down. You gear your music to suit the individual tastes and moods of the member.
It's quite true, actually. Whenever Noel Coward pops down now, I always break into a room with a loo. He loves that. He tickles pink. And, of course, Sir Laurence Olivier come down here after his triumphant first night in Othello, so I swung straight into a black bottom.
Very appropriate. Dan, do you find in any way that you've been affected adversely by the credit squeeze? I know the businessmen up and down the country have been forced to take drastic slashes.
Not really, no, Hiram. I'm hoping to expand. I'm hoping to open branches up and down the country. In fact, by 1970, I hope to be in control of a huge lavatory chain.
A gigantic lavatory chain. An enormous lavatory chain stretching over the whole of Great Britain. That's the exciting prospect held out by young Dan Druff here in the heart of Cockney Land in the Ad Lab Club.
Excuse me a moment, Hiram. Come on, number 9, your time's up.
Dan, I'm wondering if you have a moment, could you show me a little more of your beautiful city?
Yes, I think we've got a few minutes before the evening rush. Yes, I don't see why not. Well, hold tight then.
Thank you
ding,
very
ding.
much.
Right, off we go.